Hey. So this video, I'm going to take just a few minutes to talk you through my meet or move framework. We have a huge problem in the corporate world, in just the working world in general, with toxic meeting culture. So it's so easy for us to fall back on anytime we need a discussion, need to make a decision, want to catch up, have a quick intro, we just whack a meeting in, and it's usually 30 minutes or an hour long. But the part of our meetings that a lot of us often forget is, first of all, time is quite literally our only finite resource. And if I speak to any manager on any given day and I say to them, what is your biggest struggle? What are you struggling with right now? I can almost guarantee they will say the same words to me. I'm struggling with time, finding time to do everything, finding time to do the job and lead my team well, just finding time to get through my to-do list. And it's this time. And the question I always come back to them with is, show me your calendar. Because I truly don't always think it's that we don't have enough time, but it's that we waste a lot of it. We spend a lot of it in these pointless meetings that truthfully could have either, like the majority of the work could have been done beforehand and you could turn up for just 10-15 minutes to make a decision, or we could scrap them all together, especially when the organization starts to get bigger and bulkier and systems and teams and all that jazz. What you tend to see is people will just join meetings because they want to feel valuable. Like, people will join meetings because they see other people having meetings and go, oh, I'd love to be involved in that. I'd love to share my opinion on that. I'd love to have insight on that. Or the other way around, where maybe he's got senior people and everyone starts going, oh, I should bring so-and-so in. And before you know it, a meeting that could have been with 2 people, 3 people ends up being like 20. And what we have to remember is time is a resource just like any other. And if you've got a half an hour meeting with 3 people, it's a 90-minute resource. If you all of a sudden go, let's have 10 people in that meeting, it's 300 minutes, which is 5 hours. Yeah, about something like that. So I built out this framework a few years ago now for my own team, and I kind of built it for me to start with and then started using it with my team. And it was to really start to instill this culture in them that was like, before you invite someone to a meeting or before you create a meeting or say yes to a meeting, just run through this framework. So the very first question I ask is it to make a decision? Because if it is to make a decision, generally that's a good thing. And so think like a board meeting or a creative meeting where we're deciding what our next action steps are. For example, I have a meeting every Monday morning at 10 o'clock with Levi to run through some of our big metrics, like our newsletter conversions, revenue, all that jazz. And in that meeting, the data is shared beforehand. The data is inputted and shared beforehand. We both looked at it. We both had time to kind of think about it. The meeting is short. It's a 30-minute meeting because in that session, we just make decisions. So we're not filling out the data. We're not looking at broken data. We're not having too much discussion. It's like, okay, these are our opinions. What are we doing next? And so that focus on decision is like, okay, if you turn up in that meeting to decide together, to bring the experts together to make a decision, what then needs to happen before that? What's the pre-work, the data, the discussion, the questions that need to be asked beforehand so that when you're in that session, you can literally just make decisions. So this is the question that I ask first. So let's say the answer is yes, it is to make a decision. Can it be made by you? Just make it. So this is great for our team because it's like, you don't need to bring me into a meeting to ask me for my opinion. Make the decision. You can always make it again. You can come back to it and make it again. If it can't be made by you, maybe let's have that quick 30-minute, which is what me and Levi had. So it's like just every 30 minutes we decide together how we're moving forward with certain things. So that's a really good place to start. If the meeting is not to make a decision, firstly, is it a training session? So is it something people are leveling up in, growing? Yes, okay, fine. Have a training session. Be prepared, make it as interactive as possible, and keep it focused. We don't want to, this is the thing, guys, we're not trying to just remove and say no to everything. Some meetings are useful as long as we are intentional, and this is the word, as we're intentional about it. Are you running a training session or workshop? Yes, okay, cool, go for it, let's run it. If not, is it a one-on-one? Yes, okay, another brilliant meeting, so 60 to 90 minutes. These are the longer one-on-ones, and I have an agenda for this as well, which I'll put in the description. But with these longer one-on-ones, I run them every quarter, so every 90 days. So I wouldn't run that every week. We don't even have weekly one-on-ones. We tend to run them fortnightly, and as the team gets bigger, you could do them monthly, but this one is every 90 days. But if no, it's not a training session and it's not a one-on-one, the next question is, right, what is it for? Tell me what it's for. Is it a regular? Is it like a stand-up, a weekly review? Okay, can you do it 5 to 15 minutes? What's your data? Have you got your facts prepared? Why did it happen? What are we going to do to make sure this changes? Is it a catch-up? Don't need that shit. Is it an intro? Don't need that shit either. You could send a Loom. You could send a Slack message. I mean, I don't need to tell you what you need to do there. You know that. So yeah, this is how I use it, guys. And like, truth be told, this is not going to be perfect every single time. There's going to be outliers. It's a big generalization. But the key here is intentional. It's to be intentional. When that time comes into your calendar, whether someone else invites you or you create the meeting, are you just doing it reactively and flippantly and going, we'll just put a meeting in because that'll solve the problem? Or are you stopping and thinking, actually, if I put that meeting in at 11 a.m., my entire morning is thrown off because I can no longer focus. I'm no longer in deep focus mode. So my entire morning, I'm just going to be doing emails, like tittering around, titivating, whatever, around. And then after that, I'll have the meeting and it's basically lunchtime. So a meeting in at 11 a.m. isn't just a 30-minute, 40-minute meeting. It throws your entire morning off. So this is a way to start being intentional. Use this. Let me know how it goes. Drop a comment on the video like, will this work for you? Is there any meetings you have outside this that you think are really useful? Let me know.